So for decades, we have demonized dietary fat, and oh my Lord, has that hurt us. We actually, unfortunately, have gotten bigger and fatter, and on top of that, our incidences of chronic disease have grown, like diabetes and coronary artery disease. Fat is a huge, huge ally for us, but not all fats. Some actually contribute to inflammation and weight gain and all kinds of other bad things, and they may not be the ones that you think. Watch this video and you'll see. Hey there, beautiful people. This is Lindy Ford, registered dietitian, clinical and licensed nutritionist and nutrition detective. So please like this video. Just push that little like button. Also subscribe if you're a new subscriber, and follow me on all the social media platforms except Twitter. And just remember that I counsel people from sea to shining sea all over the continental USA. Check out my Google reviews, and please just go ahead and email me if you want some special help. I'm telling you, I really do play detective, and I am analyzing everything about you and trying to put all the pieces together of the you puzzle, and it is so effective, dear beautiful people. So go ahead and email me on that. Okay, listen. The war against body fat. I know I am there with you. I am really a fat person ready to happen. I love food. I love to eat. I'm a big girl. I'm 5'10", and I know how hard it is. I have struggled, and I will probably always struggle, but I feel like I'm fairly winning this battle, even as hard as it is. And here is another strategy that I use to help me stay within that healthy weight range and may help you, okay? And it is all about fat. Just recently, several of my patients who are like 80 to 100 pounds overweight had been eating low-fat foods. And when I asked them to increase their good fats or their healthy fats, I think it literally rocked their world. Like, they couldn't even grasp it. I just said, please, just, you know, I wanted to say, how's that been working for you? But I didn't. I actually just said, please trust me on this. And every time they do, their body fat goes down when they raise those good fats. Study after study proves this, that when you raise good fats and you lower your carbohydrates, good things are going to happen and you will lose weight. But what we need to remember is that all fats are not created equal. We have the good, the severely limited, and the ugly. Okay, so we have those three categories, and I'm going to break them down real quickly. All of these fats have videos that you can get into, and I would totally recommend that. I'm going to go ahead and link those below. And you also, there's going to be a graphic that I'm going to show. Please go on my social media outlets and copy that. Share that graphic. It is so important for people to wrap their minds around these fats, because we just don't understand them, and we don't understand how they can help us and how they can hurt us. So number one is the good is the omega-9 monounsaturated fats. They lower your weight. They lower your risk for coronary artery disease and heart disease. They lower your LDL. They lower your, they increase your energy, and they increase your mood. What are they? Like avocados, avocado oil. But let me just explain something real quick to you. Avocados don't just have omega-9s in them. When I say that all food, every food that I mentioned has constituents of all these different fats. It's the number one constituent, because avocados and avocado oil even have saturated fat in them, and they have other types of fats. They have polyunsaturates, but their number one constituent is monounsaturated fat. There's almonds and nuts and olives and extra virgin olive oil, sesame oil, and high oleic safflower oil only. Only the high oleic kind has the increase of monounsaturated fats. And then canola, but I am very, very leery about canola. It can be very sketchy, only organic, cold pressed. All right, number two, Good fat is the omega-3 polyunsaturates. Those are your oily fish, your salmon, your herring, your sardines. And in the plant world, which are a little less metabolized, or a little bit harder because they have to go through more conversions to be utilized by the body, are walnuts, flax, and chia seeds. We don't get enough. There's another type of fat that I'm going to talk about in just a minute that's sketchy, and it is literally competing for use in your body, and you're getting too much of the other, and you're not getting enough of the omega-3s, and it's wiping out all the benefits that you could get with the omega-3s, and that is weight loss, and increase in mood, and decrease in inflammation. They're so anti-inflammatory. They're just, I want to cry. I want to have a moment because I love them that much. Now, also coronary artery disease and diabetes. Another good category is something called omega-6 polyunsaturates, but they're a type of omega-6 polyunsaturates. We don't think about them. I'm gonna tell you about them real quickly, and that they are the GLA oils like evening primrose oil and borage oil. The next one, need to be strictly limited. We get too much. They're in every kind of processed food that you can think of, and we need to greatly reduce them. And those are our omega-6 polyunsaturated oils. They are your soybean, your corn, your safflower, your sunflower oils. The studies will say, or you'll read big headlines that say that these are heart healthy and they're so good for you. Well, guess who are funding those studies? Well, yeah, Wesson Oil. They're funding, or the Oil Council. They have a little bit of a conflict of interest, I would say. So please watch your crackers, your salad dressings, they just sneak into everything. So they are absolutely just the opposite of the omega-3s. They're inflammatory. We get too much of them. They cause weight gain. And when you combine them with carbohydrate, it is an inflammatory mess. Next one is good as well. And you will think that I have lost my ever-loving nutritional mind. But that is your saturated fats. They have been demonized. You have been told that they cause heart disease, and all manner of bad things will come into your house. Your house will catch on fire if you eat saturated fats. But it's really not true. What are the sources of them? Of course, animal sources. But that's the caveat to this, is that they have to be clean animal sources, and I don't want you to be eating so much of them. Like 12-ounce steaks, nobody really needs to be doing that. Clean would include grass-fed meat, grass-fed dairy, organic, those kinds of really good, clean proteins, okay? And they're okay to eat, but not in a crazy way. Especially, you need to be eating them with your low glycemic veggies with all their fiber and goodness to them. Plant sources include coconut oil, palm oil, and dark chocolate. Now, avocados actually have some saturated fat. Remember, it's constituents. They have mostly monounsaturated fats, but they do have other types of fats in them. So I'm going to link a link below to major studies. Actually, I could give you 5. I'm not going to overwhelm you with too many things, but from the Annals of Internal Medicine, 650,000 people. These are meta-analysis, all these different studies brought together. And from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, 348,000 people, over 1 million people were studied. And there is no correlation between saturated fat and heart disease or diabetes, okay? There's just no correlation. They could not find a correlation, and that's a huge amount of people to be studied. I'm linking those below. Now we get to the ugly. I'm sure all of you know what the ugly are. I'm hoping you do, right? You know what the ugly are, and that is your hydrogenated or your trans fats. Are supposed to be taken out of our food supply, but they sneak their little cells in by some loopholes, and sometimes you still find them, but you need to be diligent, and no one needs a trans fat. They will increase inflammation. They will just do the opposite of the omega-3s. They'll increase your risk of diabetes. They're going to increase your risk of heart disease. And again, combined with the carbohydrate, that is a hot hot mess and you need to get it out of your life, okay? That's your Cool Whips of the world. And anytime you see partially hydrogenated oil, you know to get them out. I hope that was helpful. I really do. And I hope you are not fat phobic anymore. Do not do low fat food. You do full fat, clean food, and good things will happen to you. I'll link my healthy fats video below just to tell you, just to re-emphasize all the good things that will happen for you. So that was number 2 of our common weight loss mistakes, and that is to avoid dietary fats. Please watch number 1. I will link it below. And if you put all of these pieces together, you will get some weight loss, long-term success. And I will see you in the next video.